doing tonight? Hope we're all doing good. Hope we're feeling fantastic. We're gonna be jumping into Trash Bringer here. The fantastic Paladin. Our resident troll exterminator. I'm gonna try and get my iced tea open. Here we go. Getting it. Oh, it's really like tight for some reason. That's what she said. So we are heading into the Western Plaguelands. That is our itinerary here.
I am forsaken.
Heading over to the Bulwark.
Farewell.
Or we're going to go ahead and bull some warks. So, I'm not sure how many trolls are going to be to exterminate in the area. To be honest with you. Flying over Tirisfal. Once the proud home of the Kingdom of Lordran. The city of Lordran is where the Undercity is built under. Tirisfal is a starter undead area.
Forsaken.
I'm listening.
So we have some quests here to pick up. These will send us into the Eastern Plaguelands to begin with. It's really like the first time I load up WoW. And takes his, like my mouse acceleration goes wonky. And then after a little bit, it normalizes itself. It's really odd. A very strange beast indeed. So this is the Western Plaguelands. Probably not necessarily what you expected for an area called the Plaguelands. But during the Cataclysm, the area was drastically changed. And what was once a area of like decrepit death and disease. I'm trying to remember how to do this quest. Kill diseased black bears in Western Plaguelands. Okay, that makes more sense. These are not the droids we're looking for. Oh. Shaggy. There's a diseased bear over here. Hello. Hi. Hi. None of that. Got 5. Herbologist Trash Bringer. Or actually Trash Bringer the Explorer, that's the title we're using. Another diseased black bear. See, this is what I mean. Like, I'm turning my mouse a little bit, and it's, like, spinning ridiculously. It's really odd. Like, it doesn't happen all the time. Which makes it really curious to me. So tonight, before I go to bed, I'm going to slate all of the casual leveling stuff to be exported to YouTube, because I haven't done that yet. So there's going to be this huge influx of the casual Paladin leveling. Actually, I think it's only yesterday's episode that I didn't upload. So, hey! Alliance here. None of that. Get out of here, mate. This is Horde territory. I need some of them diseased black bears, though, mate. Need more of them black bears, though, mate. There's one. Gonna huck a hammer at him. A hunk of forage, good cheese. So this should get us what we need for this quest. That is that. Next we have to kill fox hunters, mastiffs, and whitetail foxes. Today we're the Alliance Exterminator. That's what we be doing. I actually want to check something. I'm going to play around with my settings here. For a second on my mouse. I don't actually know where to find it. Alright. Maybe that helped, we'll see. I turned my acceleration down a little bit. I need to find whitetail foxes. Keep your eyes peeled for the whitetail fox, friends. Need 2 more of them whitetail foxes. Ooh, there's one. Get him! And there's quite a few over here. We're gonna cut you into ribbons. Little white fox pieces. And then we want to turn these all in at the bulwark. Honestly, it's probably smarter to go to Anderhall, turn that in first, and then fly back to the bulwark, turn these in, and then go from there. Because we're right here compared to running all the way back to the bulwark. And so on and so forth. So this is Anderhall. During the Second War, I want to say, and the story with Arthas, they destroyed Anderhall. Anderhall was a major grain production site for the Alliance of Lordran, and what happened was the Dreadlords poisoned the grain, and it was distributed throughout the region.
You need only ask. We have died.
And that's when the cleansing of Lordaeron really started.
Hello.
But Arthas destroyed Anderhall. He destroyed Stratholme. He went on quite the warpath in that regard.
I'm listening.
Gonna go ahead and fly back to the bulwark here. So we can see Anderhall. It's kind of neat. It's like a small battle zone. Anderhall is in the process of being rebuilt, but both the Horde and the Alliance are vying for control for it.
That better be good. Dark fate watch over you. Beware the living.
Turn that in, turn this in.
What now? Beware.
Kill 9 Alliance laborers in Fellstone Field. And we need to do some damage over here. We're gonna go ahead and do that. Who needs cauldrons? I'm sorry you feel that way, Bear. I truly am, but... So I was thinking about starting a leveling series for YouTube. That's more focused on the lore of each zone. I think that would have been something really fun to do. But Blizzard has hinted at previously that they might be considering doing a scaling world system that they have implemented into Legion, like retroactively creating a scaling world for all of World of Warcraft, because it worked really, really well in Legion and they really liked it. That might come with a total overhaul to, you know, the questing zones. Because right now, the questing zones were revamped during Cataclysm. So a lot of zones, it feels weird because you're in the kind of Cataclysm timeline. So you'll be questing, and then suddenly Deathwing will show up for this like one quest, and it feels kind of bizarre. I would also kind of like to see them overhaul the Outlands and Northrend, but I think that would be too much of an undertaking. They would have to revamp those separately if they do revamp them at all. I don't know, like, it's weird. It's really weird. In the sense that it's very strange on Azeroth to be running around and then suddenly like, oh, Deathwing is here. Even though technically we killed Deathwing like 5 or 6 years ago, even within the context of the story. It's just it's bizarre to me. Like, I have a much easier time writing off like seeing the Lich King in Northrend. I think because of the fact that like technically the Lich King still exists. I don't know. It just like doesn't bother me nearly as much as like the leveling content in vanilla bothers me. Whatever, it doesn't really matter, I guess. Leveling content is leveling content, but the point that I'm trying to make is I was originally going to be doing like a lore series on a lot of the zones and all of the leveling stuff. And maybe have like a companion leveling guide to that. And I had talked about that previously, I think, but because the announcement of the next expansion is pretty close, most likely, I'm going to guess that by BlizzCon we're going to know what the next expansion is. I'm holding off to see if they're going to be revamping the world, because I don't want to get, like, do all these zones only for them to change all of the zones again in the middle of me trying to make this content, because then I have to start all over. And that's not great. That is a little annoying, to say the least. So I'm holding off on making like any YouTube leveling series until probably the next expansion drops. Because if they do revamp the world, I will want to see it for myself anyway. So I think that would be like a fun little series to do. Looking at the new leveling content. I think in particular it would make a really fun stream series. But I might be alone in that one. Who knows? For now, we gotta kill this Scourge. Although I'm not really sure why. Well, I do know why, because this Scourge is I guess technically not controlled by the undead. This is like, because this is Scourge controlled by the This is Scourge controlled by the Lich in Scholomance. And the Necromancer in Scholomance. That makes more sense to me. When I stopped and thought about it for a minute, but that story plays out separately. Here, have a hammer. It's hammer time. It's hammer time. Need one more desecrated scourge. Convenient this mage is right here to get wrecked. And we'll kill this Anderhall defender for good measure. Alright, let's Could you not, sir? I don't appreciate you at all. Head back to the undead side of things. I do like how they've established, like, the undead has their own architecture. It's, like, very similar to human architecture, but it's more Victorian and Gothic.
What is it?
Kill Arja the Summoner. You may use Jurl's hand grenades to destroy stick-bone berserkers. Okay?
Discipline.
What else do we have?
I shall serve.
Scourge first, Alliance later. Okay.
I haven't got all day.
What is your desire? We do what the living cannot.
And then we're going to head back to the Bulwark real quick. Figure might as well
What do you require?
turn those quests in, yeah?
Embrace.
And we hit level 36. Nice. Our next ability is Blessing of Freedom at level 38, and then we get Divine Storm at 40. Level 42 is when we get Judgment. And then that's really all of like our core DPS skills until we get like our cooldowns and mastery, which won't be for a little bit.
What would you ask of death?
Who needs cauldrons? Play cauldron lid, that's funny. Doesn't really matter which one we take. No, I'm not doing that low level quest. Stop asking me.
What do you need?
Report to Field Agent Kartish at the Mender Stead in Western Plaguelands.
Strength.
That will be after Anderhall. We're gonna go ahead and fly back to Anderhall.
Paladin.
I kind of want to figure out something better to put in this area where my camera is. I feel like it's just like really obtuse where it is right now, but I also I want to cover the chat log just in case. So it's more or less all right as stands. This tends to be like where most people keep it. I could like move it around, which actually might not be a terrible idea. But we'll figure it all out when the time comes. Alright. So we have to defeat Araj the Summoner. Which, as you may have guessed, will not be hard. And then over yonder, we need to deal with a couple more baddies. Like this guy. You're dead now. And then Dark Master Gandling dealt with. Which of course won't be hard. We have Thessarian and Koltira Deathweaver show up to help us deal with Dark Master Gandling, who retreats to Skullomance. And then they set up a small ceasefire, which will result... We'll see what happens. More than likely. This is around the point of the game where it starts to slow down significantly. And you need to take more time to level.
Serve.
Hey, an upgraded belt. Alright, now we're heading back to the bulwark. Ooh, and a lot better gloves. Cool beans. I need to sell some of this stuff off, though. Repair. I need bigger bags for this character. I keep forgetting to do that. But it's fine.
Right back.
We can deal for now. It's not the worst thing in the world. Might as well just fly to the bulwark, yeah? No reason not to. Sounds good to me.
You are Dark Lady.
When did I get 25 tabards? Okay. I actually got 30 tabards. That's interesting. In the meantime, I suppose it's time to turn this in, isn't it?
What now? Beware.
Time to do more stuff at the bulwark, because why not? Investigate this camp up here. But I do want to start producing YouTube videos for World of Warcraft. It's something that I've had interest in for a little while, and it's definitely something that I want to start. I do have some ideas. I just need to find the time to sit down and record. Start getting them going. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Scarlet Crusade Camp scouted. And there's no one here. They want me to go back to the Bulwark again. The Bulwark seems to be such an inconvenient location to go back to. Oh well, I guess. What an odd questing hub. I think I definitely liked the older Plague Lands. There was more story here. Well, not necessarily more or less story from the older Plague Lands, but I don't know. I think the older Plague Lands before Cataclysm were a little bit more interesting. That's just my take on it. But then again, it's been like a decade since I've played through it, so I might be just riding nostalgia. I might be on a nostalgia high in that regard. After the Crusade.
What is it?
Burning bodies, no survivors. I guess correctly. All the better. We're better off without the Scarlet Taint upon Lordran. They epitomize all the worst things about humans.
Watch your back.
Alright. The Charred Outpost is where we're heading now. And we also hit level 37. How long ago was that? Quite a little bit of ago. I just realized it now. So we are 10 levels now from where we started yesterday. And yesterday we were 7 levels from where we started the day before. So things are going pretty smoothly. I have no real major complaints. My only real complaint is kind of a cheesy, like, not really a cheesy one, but kind of not really a complaint. The Paladin is one of the weaker classes in the game right now to play,
What is it?
in my opinion.
Trust no one.
I honestly tend to prefer more of a frantic feeling play style. Almost like your things are like happening so fast that you don't really have any downtime. But it's not that there's uptime and downtime with the Paladin, as much as it is there's a build burn cycle. As in, like, you want to build up your holy power, and then you want to expend it all in a small window. It's weird. It's some weird stuff. So we need to find Forsaken guys to, whoops. To help us out here. Four and one more. Here's it. Whoa, wowza. My game is still doing the weird mouse thing. There we go. No problems. Everything's hunky-dory dandy over here. This ranch now belongs to the Scourge.
I'm listening.
Oh, that's finally it. Now we can start focusing on the Mender's Stead. Even though
it ain't nowhere.
we most likely are
You wish to speak?
not going to be here to finish all of this up.
The Legion will fall. Blessings upon your family.
I'm going to grab this flight path over here. Alright. So back over here. We're looking to do more at Dawson's farm. Which isn't the Fellstone field. This is a different farm. But there are many farms here. Apparently, in the Plaguelands. That's all the pumpkins we need. Now we need the apples and corn. We need to remove some of this bad corn. It's corn stalker zombies, huh? That's interesting. This is kind of a silly quest. I feel like this is there's a reference in this somewhere. to something somewhere. Maybe it's supposed to be like a joke on Farmville. Who knows? I ain't saying you ground digger. Gourd digger. Maybe it's a deeper study of the human psyche. Maybe it's a deeper study on troll hunting, where the vegetables are a metaphor for trolls, and our sword is a metaphor for killing trolls. Oh, this is still corn stalkers. What am I doing over here? I need bad apples. I need bad apples. When did we drop frames? That's annoying. I would like to be able to stream without dropping frames, please. Just once in my life. Just one day would be nice. Oh well. It is what it is. At least it's not like drop frames every 40 seconds like it used to be. Where every minute or so we would have 300 to 400 dropped frames.
Alright then, what have we here?
Wow, we are so close to dinging. That's a little annoying, but oh well, I guess. Gotta head down here, kill some plague lurkers and some venom mist lurkers. Come on now. Also, if you have like severe arachnophobia, you might want to tune out because we will be fighting spiders. Warning you now. As it's happening. Maybe as it's happening isn't the best time to warn somebody. Or you can stay and watch. Subject yourself to immersion therapy. It's proven to work, maybe. I might call tonight's stream early just because I'm suddenly feeling very, very fatigued. I'm having trouble focusing. I just like suddenly hit a wall. But we will at least finish up these quests here. I don't really see a reason not to. I did get a lot of sleep last night, so that's probably a large part of it, honestly. And suddenly I'm just kind of like, whoa. Kind of getting fuzzy in the head. But for at least cleaning up these quests, we should be pretty okay. And then we can fly to the bulwark, and there's an innkeeper there, so we should be able to get some rested experience. Need some diseased wolves. seem to be a pretty good amount over here, though, so I'm not that worried about it. Hammer time! Diseased wolf. Need one more sample. And might as well finish up killing wildlife with Zen Kiki. Who, by the way, is a terrible druid. Despite being 5 levels higher than the beasties in the zone. Alright, we can go ahead and turn these in. See me yawning? Because I'm tired. I'm really just like suddenly feeling very, very out of it.
The Legion's end draws near. Dionys Akar.
That's an upgrade, more or less. More accurately, more of a side grade, really.
What brings you here? May the eternal
Gotta kill some diseased hawks.
Our master's will be done.
Report to Kultira back at Enderhall. Well, maybe we'll do that real fast. Yeah. Alright, so this will be a good place to pick back up tomorrow, possibly.
Hello.
I have something important on Friday, so I might want to go to bed early and I may not stream tomorrow night. For now, we're going to fly back to the Bulwark. And we've only been streaming for 47 minutes, which is kind of crappy because it was like a really short stream tonight. But we're having internet issues. We keep dropping frames. And I'm really tired. So I think I'm just going to call it here tonight. It makes more sense to just stop here for now, rather than try and force myself and not really give like a good performance and visibly look and feel like shit. We'll see how it all goes. Alright. The innkeeper is over here. Quaint little tent for an inn. I'll see you all, if not tomorrow, definitely Friday. Have a good night, everybody. Sorry for the short stream, but sometimes them's the breaks. We're dropping more frames. It's not a good night to stream. Enjoy your night.